Hello, my name's actually Fourie. I run the Randburg Boxing Club. I'm a professional boxing coach. I also train a couple of amateurs. I have been in the game since 1954, and I've been a coach since 1976. I coached with Willie Wheel, and then learned my trade with him for about 3 years. Then I started coaching on my own, trained a couple of South African champions, and then 6 years ago, a guy by the name of Patrick Mukala turned up at my gym. Youngster, he was, I think he was just under 20 years old, and he was from the DRC Congo, and he pitched up there with an old man and a South African guy. I can't remember his name. He was a friend of Patrick's father. Patrick had a couple of fights, 11 fights in the Congo. Not pro fights, but amateur fights, which he won all on knockouts. He showed me his record and that. He was very young, he couldn't speak English. I take the laurels for teaching him how to speak English. He spoke French, which I thought was very romantic for a boxer. Anyway, I said to this gentleman that came with him, let's call him Jim, you know, that I don't think that I've had so many African boxers come to my gym and say, "Oh, they're good," and whatever. I said, but and then when it turns out these guys don't even know how to box, and they're just looking for a place to stay and what I mean. So, but I like the look of Patrick. He had this young, good. He's still like that, you know. He's got always a smile on his face. He's an open guy and honest, you know what I mean. So I said to this old man, "Is he got kit here?" He said, "No." I said to him, "Okay, tell Patrick he can come tomorrow night, and I'll see him here at 5 o'clock. And then I'll check him out. My boxers are training tomorrow night, and then we'll see what he's like." I said, anyway, the next day I pitched up at the gym at 4 o'clock, and Patrick was already sitting there with his little kit bag in front of the door of my gym. We went in. I said he must mess around, walk around, look at the pictures and everything, because they were only starting at 5. Then the other boxers started arriving, and then I said to Patrick, "Okay, he only had some tackies there and that type of thing." I gave him some gloves to use, because he said all his stuff was still in the Congo. Well, we couldn't speak, we had to use the interpreter. Anyway, then I said, "Okay, you must do a bit of skipping." He started skipping like a proper pro. I thought, "This bloke's good for 19 years old." And then we always test boxers by that, because there's good coordination in skipping. You can see whether a guy can box or not, even just by skipping. And then we put him on the bags. I ignored all other boxers in my gym. I was just watching Patrick on the bag. Then I decided, okay, I'll watch him do a bit of shadow boxing. And then I said to this guy, "Does he want to spar?" I said, because I had a Nigerian boxer in my gym who was pretty arrogant, but he was a heavyweight. Patrick was only a super middleweight. So he said, no, Patrick will spar with the guy. I said, well, okay, I'll be on the ringside, so if it gets out of control. So this Nigerian came to me and he said to me, "Oh, he's not really happy with Patrick because he's the main guy in the gym." And I said, "Oh, please, just spar with Patrick." And anyway, this guy started throwing Patrick around the ring and trying to kill him in the ring. And then I called the old man over and I said to him, "Listen, tell Patrick he mustn't take nonsense. You must show me that he can box against this guy." Because Patrick was showing him a lot of respect, because now he's feeling, well, if he does something to this guy. Anyway, Patrick knocked the guy out. That was Patrick's first knockout with me. From then on, we went on, and he had his first 7 or 8 fights, all knockouts. He started fighting top South African guys, rated guys. I'm not going to mention any names. We can look at his record if you want to see that. But top rated South African guys that were number 1 and number 2 in the country. And then he was knocking them all out. The boxing board even started complaining. They said, "You bring in this guy here, he's knocking all our super middleweights out," you see. And anyway, then we had to start stepping up the league. We then got a phone call from Stanley Christodoulou asking if Patrick wants to fight in one of their tournaments in one of the outside countries like Swaziland. And we took on the fight. He won it there with a sensational knockout. And then we went and fought in Lesotho. He won on a knockout. And then we fought back here in South Africa, because he was also being promoted before that by Andre Tyson. Then Andre Tyson had a big tournament here in South Africa, where he negotiated with Stanley, and they put the WBA Pan-African Super Middleweight title on the go with a guy from Malawi. And anyway, it was a tough fight. It was, I think, the most experienced fighter that Patrick fought that time. He hadn't fought such an experienced fighter yet. And he was battling a bit with the guy. But then we spoke him around. Patrick started boxing this guy. He was much too fast for the guy. And that's what we used. Because the problem was Patrick was being so used to knocking everybody out. He just wanted to knock this guy out. And I said to him, no, the knockout will come. It's a bonus. Patrick listened to me. And he started working on this guy. Anyway, he wore him down by round 7. The referee stopped the fight. This guy was flat on his face. And he couldn't get up anymore. And they stopped the fight, and Patrick was made champion. Patrick then defended his belt 3 times in the next year, 4 times actually, in the next year. And then Fox stopped operating for a while, and we were sort of like in limbo because we'd only been fighting for Fox. Then I managed to get a fight with Rodney Berman with Reino Liebenberg, who was the South African. Was he South African? He's South African middleweight, super middleweight champion, a very experienced boxer. There was an untitled fight. Patrick went 10 rounds with Reino. Reino is experienced, and he's also a tough boy. Wore Patrick down in the end. He's also a big boy. He was much bigger than Patrick. Patrick's actually quite small for a super middle. But I believe that first night that I saw Patrick beat this Nigerian guy. This Nigerian guy actually fought for his country. So he was a good amateur in that thing. And Patrick played with him. That night I raced home to my wife and I said, you know what? Patrick is going to be, I've got my world champion. And I've always believed in Patrick. He's got fantastic talent and speed. Everybody's always amazed at his speed. He had another 2 fights with me after that. He fought a guy at Carnival City. And a tremendous fight. Everybody went crazy about that fight. Also knocked the guy out. Then he went and fought in Swaziland again. He had a bad fight there. This guy was a bit of a wrestler, rough-house guy and all that thing. So it wasn't a good fight. Then Patrick fought against Rowan Campbell, the South African super middleweight champion, a real up-and-coming and a top boy in boxing. He's unbelievable. He's never boxed amateur, this guy. Patrick lost against him. He sort of ran out of steam. I think Patrick was overtrained for that fight, but it was also my fault. Maybe I never kept tabs on him enough. Patrick is one of those guys that he'll go train by himself. You can leave him in the gym. I did it right in the beginning of his career. I used to leave him in the gym. I had to go to a meeting or something like that, and I put a video camera on that Patrick didn't know. And Patrick trained 3 hours flat out, by himself in the gym with nobody else there, not knowing that the video camera was there. And that's the type of guy he is. Anyway, I still believe Patrick can be a world champion. He's only 26 years old. He's got a lot of talent. And I wish him all the well. I hope he stays with me. And that's it. Good luck, Patrick.